So Anita, you are welcome to our show.
Oh, thank you for having me. That's brilliant.
Okay, so my first question will be, just tell us something about your writing journey as an author.
Right. I started writing because my mum wrote 2 children's books, and she set me off because I always enjoyed English at school. And then I thought I'd have a go at myself. So I was on holiday in Whitby, North Yorkshire in the UK, and I thought I'll have a go. So I got a new laptop, and I thought I'll have a go at writing, and that's what started off. And then I found out I really enjoyed it. And I thought, this is really good, this. And I got lost in the book, and I totally lose myself in it. And then I just carried on. And then I thought, I really need to write more of these books because I really love doing it. And then I get more and more ideas. And I always had ideas when I was a kid. And I used to write little things down, but I never published any of it. And I used to just write it down. But I didn't think anything of it really, and I feel like I had talent when I was younger, but I never really took it up until I've got older, and then I've got children, and now they're older, the children. It's like it's better now because I've got a bit more time to write, but I do work full time as well, and then I write in my spare time. So I really love writing. It's really good, and I get lost in the book, and I can see the characters in my head. It sounds a bit crazy, but I can actually see what look like in my head, the characters that I actually make, and it's just such an amazing world, that I go into when I start writing the book, and I love it. Yeah, it's really good.
That's good. Yeah, fine. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So my next question to you, we'll discuss about your books now. Let's start with the first one. The world of present, future, and the past. Please, so tell us something about that.
Right. I started writing that at first as my first book, and it's about a group of teenagers, and they go on a journey, but they don't know they're having a journey at first because they haven't got a clue. And basically, they end up going to the bowling centre where they always go, where the parents have gone as well. With these items, it's like whistles that they get given from one of the kids' mum. Gets them from the market, these whistles, but they don't have a clue, and they think they're going to throw them away, these whistles. And then they keep them, the whistles. And then they take them to the bowling centre and they start fiddling with them. They put them around their necks because they've got like things to attach to the necks. And then one of them disappears and they can't understand where they've gone, so they start looking around the room for them and everywhere. And then he starts talking through the whistle. And he's gone 30 years into the future, this child. And basically, he comes back. He presses the buttons again, and then he comes back to like that year again, and he says, "Oh my God, I've gone 30 years into the future. Can I come? And can you come back with me?" And then they all go, and then they go on this journey, and then they find out that this city's in trouble, and they need to get all these items back to this city to put it all back together and make it all work again properly. And then basically, in the end, there's like 2 stories. But they save the world twice. But some of them do get hurt and badly injured and nearly killed some people. So it can be a little bit bad in some places. But in the end, it is good because it has got a happy ending on both stories. So it is really for anybody really that wants to read it. There's no swearing, no bad language, no nothing. There is a little bit of romance in it. As one of them meets somebody, but there's nothing heavy. It's just like a gentle, romance, and basically they seem to enjoy each other, but there's nothing rude in it, and then basically I am going to write another series to that one eventually, sometime, but when I'm not sure. So I'm just sort of writing my Christmas book at the moment. Enjoying writing that.
It seems like a time travel story of, like we see in the Hollywood movies, that it's a time travel story.
It is, because the time travel to like different. It isn't just 1 year. The time travel to different years for different reasons, because they have to go and get something from a different year, to go and help them in this other year. So it sounds a bit complex and a bit complicated, but when you read it, you'll seem to understand what I mean, if you know what I mean. But it is really, really good. And then have these rings in the second one as well, and they light up and they do all different things with rings, and then they use the whistles as well, and then they go in the sleep room as well in the first one, and basically in the sleep room they win these pocket watches. That's why I've got a pocket watch on the front cover of my book, because different things come out of the pocket watch, and they come alive, and they can get in helicopters to use to transport them, and all sorts of different things come out of the pocket watches, and they help them on the journey to like save the world. And then in the more that I'm going to write, they will come in as well in them, and then there'll probably be some more things that I'm going to write as well. So I've got some ideas in my head of more things I'm going to add to it in the third and fourth book.
Wow,
it should be good.
A great story. Yeah, we hope that the audience and the reader will enjoy your story properly.
I hope so. That'd be lovely if they do.
Okay, we'll leave it up to our reader. So we'll move to the next one, the shenanigans. So please tell us about the plot of this book.
Right, it's got 4 short stories in it, and the adults only, because I can't read very much of it. So I went to have a go at reading it on YouTube the other day, but there's too much adult content in it to read, because I can't really read rude things on YouTube. So I was reading little bits, but then getting stuck because I got to bits I couldn't read. So I kept reading different bits that I could read, but then I got stuck, because I couldn't read anymore. So I was just like struggling a bit with that. But yeah, I did read a little bit. So there is a video online on YouTube about it, and there is one for 1/4 of a second as well. I read a little tiny bit of a chapter on that as well, online on YouTube. So if you type my name in, you should be able to find, the little snippets that I've actually read out. And do you want me to show you what it looks like?
Okay, fine. Yeah.
And then that's the other book.
Yeah, I got it. Nice. That's probably it.
Yeah, and they're all like totally got different storylines. All the 4 stories inside Shenanigans. Like the first one, they go to school, and then they lose touch, this couple, and then years later, basically they move next door to each other, and they don't realise they're next door to each other.
Oh.
First story, it's like they meet up again, and then they go on a journey, and they set up a business together, but it's not a clean business, and it's quite a sexy business that they set up together. And then the second one, basically they meet in the gym, but they look at each other across the room, and then eventually they do meet up, and then they go on a journey, and then together, and then they get together, but a lot of things happen along the way. And then the third one, it's different as well, with different things happening, and it's called Phone Parties, and basically they set up a business as well, but it's quite a rude business. And then the fourth one, I can't really say too much about it because it's a bit rude. And then the fourth one, it's similar again, but so they go on a journey. Well, they think they're going on a coach journey, basically, to go and paint some houses, but they're so wrong when they get there, and it's totally the opposite. And it's a bit of it could actually be all right for Halloween because it's a bit, scary in places, but it's sexy in places, if you know what I mean. So it's like a bit of both, but it's got a good twist to it at the end. But I can't really say what the twist is at the end. But and I've had a few people read it and told me that they didn't expect what happened at the end, and they didn't expect what were going to happen through all the 4 stories in Shenanigans, and because it's quite unpredictable, and I've done it so that people can't guess what's happening next, if you know what I mean. So it's a bit, different to what other people, because everybody that's read it has said it's a bit different to what other people have wrote, and it's quite clever the way it's been wrote. So I've had some good comments mainly from people at work that I work and my full-time job. So face to face off people. So yeah, it's good. So I'm happy with the comments.
Yeah, you have put a lot of suspense in your stories that people will enjoy the suspense.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I put a lot of thought into it, and thought about what I was going to put, and to try and keep people guessing. I think that's the key to getting people to read it, to get them guessing what's going to happen next, because they ain't got a clue, and they've got to read it to find out what happens next. I think that's the good way of getting people to read your books, and then people enjoy it, and then they'll tell other people, hopefully, and then hopefully leave me some lovely reviews on Amazon or wherever, and then I can read them, and it'll make my day.
So then straightly go to the business. So where can I find it? Where can our viewers find the books? Please tell us.
Well, they're on Amazon, and I have put it's gone on England Spark, so it's gone on many websites, many other places as well, and then it's on Smashwords, the other one. So they're on many websites, Barnes and Noble, anywhere online. Basically, should be there. It should be online, but I have. It is mainly on Amazon as well. I think that's where most people buy it from, Amazon, and it's and I have got a few reviews already on quite a second glowing rings, and they're really good reviews, and I read them and I think, oh, it really makes my day. I think it's lovely when people leave a really good review. It's lovely. I love to read reviews, especially when I've had a horrible day at work.
Yeah. So yeah, we just wish you luck for your best sell. It's really good. Well, tell something else which is outside of your writing. What do you really do when you don't write? What is your hobby? What do you do when you don't write?
Right. What I do when I don't write, I go swimming to the local swimming pool sometimes. I love going for days out to Scarborough in Whitby. I love it there. Only occasionally when I've got time off work, so I work full time as well. And then I love going on holiday abroad, but not at the moment with all this going on. And then I love writing my books, and then I love to go in my garden and potter about in my garden, and just cut my grass and make my garden look really nice. And then I love to go and sit in it as well. And I've got a hot tub as well. And I love to go in my hot tub with my family. And I love to invite everybody around for a barbecue in my garden when it's not raining. And then I wrote a few things down. I love to watch films, and I'm a bit of a musicaholic. I love listening to music. Any music really. Most music, because I don't really watch telly or anything when I'm writing. I just put music on in the background, and then I just sing along to the music while I'm writing, and then tap my feet and that, and I sort of love that. But mainly up to date music. But and then I like going to my friends' houses. I've got quite a few friends that I go and see, and then obviously I go to work full time, which I'd love to give up and just do writing one day. That's what I'd love to do. And I could afford it one day. It'd be nice. Maybe.
So you do a lot of socializing. You love to socialize yourself.
I do. I'm a bit of a. I love to chat, and I talk too much. Everybody tells me, and I love to get opinions off other people. If anybody wants to ask me anything, I love to chat, and I love to talk to people. I'm a very social person. With my job as well, I'm very sociable. I'm always talking. People always say I talk too much.
Okay. Yeah. So my next question about your beautiful city in which you live in, Wakefield, England, situated in the bank of River Calder. So tell us something about your beautiful city.
Right. Sandal Castle. That's amazing. I used to go and play there as a kid, and I used to be always hanging about there as a kid. I used to always go on my bike, and it's just a lovely place. It's an old ruin, and it's nothing really there to look at, but it's just nice. And they've got all like things up now, because before we used to go sledging down the hills, in the moats, and it was amazing. We had some great times doing that. And then there's the Hepworth Gallery. I've been there a few times. But to be honest, I don't really think that much to it, really, but because I'm not really into all that. But people like it, but I'm not really into all that. And then Thorns Park. I absolutely love Thorns Park. I used to go and play tennis a lot and golf a lot. I sometimes do still play golf and tennis there. And I absolutely love playing tennis and golf with my kids and stuff, and my family and my friends. It's just something exciting to do, and that's the main place that I go in Wakefield, and it's good, yeah. And I do meet my friends at Hepworth sometimes, and we go for a coffee now and again, and occasionally.
So you love sports. I like that you love sports. You play the tennis and those things. That's wonderful.
I do. Yeah.
Because I love sports too. I do play cricket, badminton, those games. I love it. You have
that's
also.
Good. I do. I love my sport. I love to have a go. If I'm not very good at it, I just like to have a go at it. And just my mum used to. They've got a tennis court over where they live, and I used to be always living over at tennis courts where they live. My mum still lives there now, and I haven't gone for a long time, so I only go to Wakefield Park now. But I loved it when I used to go over the road. I used to get all my white dress on and everything, and walk over the road and go and play tennis with my friends. It was good. A good hangout place to go and enjoy playing tennis.
That's great.
Good. Yeah.
So I want to ask you next. What are going to be your next projects? Next book, upcoming book. Tell us something about you.
Right. At the moment, I'm writing something called Christmas Sparkles, which should be coming out in the next month, hopefully. If I feel it's finished. It's nearly there, but it's not quite. I'm just finishing it off at the moment. It might take a little bit longer than a month. It might not. And then I have got many more that I'm writing. I just wake up in the middle of the night and I start writing something down, and then I'm tired all day the next day because I just can't help it. I get my iPad and I just start writing down. I just start writing in the middle of the night, and then and I can't put it down then because I'm just a bit of a writing addict, I suppose. My husband calls me because I'm always wanting to write something. So I've got many books started, but it's just getting time to finish them, and so I've got loads of books to come, and a lot of them are time travel and all sorts of different. I've got another rude one coming eventually, and that's about fairies. My Christmas Sparkle, that's about fairies. It's a clean book. It's for anybody to read, and it's about there's 5 fairies in it, and they go from the sky in the clouds, to live in the clouds, and they have clones up there that basically the kids that basically they're trying to help. They go in the sleep. Well, they think they're going in the sleep, but they're not. And they go in the parents' ears from one ear to other ear, take fragments of the things out of the ear, and then put it in some clones, and then the clones do all the work for them. So basically, they can stay at home all over Christmas with the parents. There's a lot more than that, but that is basically what some of it what it's about. But there's loads more than that. But that is a little bit. And then they go into this garden centre, and then there's like magic happens in there, and there's like a magic room, and that's where it all starts because the tree has got magic on it. And then basically this they're supposed to be staying with a neighbour called Gemma over the road, but the neighbour isn't very Christmassy. She's not really into Christmas, so she don't put a Christmas tree up, she don't do anything Christmassy. She's just going to let them stay with her, and they're going to have like chicken nuggets for the dinner and nothing Christmassy happening really at all. They're just going to go out and play football in the garden like they normally do. And then but the fairies want to change this Gemma over the road as well, so they give her some like magical sparkles, and then she helps other people, and she goes to the wishing well, finds a coin, and then she helps this person that the coin, the person that person that's thrown the coin in, and to have a nice Christmas and stuff and a nice life as well, and changes her life, because otherwise because something happened to her parents, so she goes and helps to sort the life out, the kid's life out basically, and that there's nothing rude in it, and that it's totally clean, and it's a really nice story. But I have got a dirty version coming of it as well for adults eventually, when it comes out eventually, and it will be similar to Sex Shenanigans, but slightly it'll be different, if you know what I mean, but similar along the lines of that. So I won't be able to read it out on YouTube.
Yeah. we just really glad to know about your upcoming books and how you involved with your work. You really enjoy your work. As you explained the stories, you are just part of it. I love it that your passion towards your work is really amazing.
Oh, thank you. That was lovely. That's lovely to say. Thank you. Oh,
yeah, well,
yeah.
Yes. So as we take the inspiration from you, I would request you to give some message to the new youngsters who want to make the writing as a career. What would be the message to the youth?
I think if you're in that sort of frame of mind and you want to write, I think you should, because it's obviously something that you want to do, because it was something that I always did when I was a child, but I never took it seriously. I never published any of it, and I never wrote any of it down, and it's all lost now, what I did when I was a child. So if you do the same as me, it'll be lost when you were a child, and you could have wrote it and published it, and somebody would have enjoyed reading it. And so my message to people that want to write, I think you should just do it and write what you want to write, and just and then other people can enjoy your books. That's what I think. That's in my opinion. Definitely.
That's great. So I would say it's a great conversation with you. You're a very humble person and very dedicated to your work. So we really want to thank you for being with us and really part of our show. We wish you a good luck for your future, upcoming projects, and all your life together. Thank you very much with us, Anita Kirk. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. That was lovely. Thank you.